Association presented by Caesar Sportsbook. My name is MJ Acosta-Ruiz. We're here in the studio with two-time All-Star Isaiah Thomas and 13-year NBA vet and GMA star Q Rich, Quentin Richardson. I gotta put all the accolades here for my boys. All right, it was a great night of hoops, guys. Let's get into the highlights. Not a moment to lose in this.
Set up for the whole thing, right? That was
open three, you thought. But no.
We gotta knock that.
Timberwolves win it 104-102 to take the first game of the series. So 6 Timberwolves in this one scored in double figures, led by Julius Randle's double-double. Wemby finished with a triple-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 blocks. It's a crazy stat line, becoming just the third player since 1973 to record a triple-double with blocks in a playoff game, joining Andrew Bynum and Hakeem Olajuwon. Here's Ann Edwards after the game.
And what a finish in this one. Take me through that last sequence.
Oh, man. I made so many mistakes at the end of the game.
The Timberwolves pull off a huge upset going into San Antonio and taking game 1 of the series. There was serious doubt that Anthony Edwards was going to play, but gave it a go, did pretty damn good. Ayo Dosunmu and Dante DiVincenzo were out for the T-Wolves as well. Q, how were the Wolves able to gut this game out despite being such big underdogs?
It was an ugly game. I mean, you know, they did what they had to do, make it a dogfight. If you look at those stats, the stats weren't, you know, glorious for either team. It wasn't like a high efficient, high offensive game. And I think, you know, they did what they did. They did what they needed to do on the road, made the game ugly, and they went out there and won it. I mean, when you down players and down, you know, starters and things like the Timberwolves are, you got to do what you got to do just to get out the game. And I think Ant-Man's presence was huge. I mean, he obviously, you know, he said it. He didn't play his best. He needs to be better. He expects to be better. But I think just him being out there and knowing that the team had him was an emotional lift and a lift for them to be able to come out and play that well. He didn't have the greatest stats, but just his presence.
Yeah, he said it right there. 75% of his game is mentality, IT. I feel like that goes for the rest of the team, too. Just knowing that they got their dude out there also boosts.
Yeah, I think it allows them to be more comfortable. Whether he's at 100% or not, like Q Rich said, him being out there is a decoy. Like him just having his presence out there, you got to guard him. And then if he can, whatever he can give you offensively, like that's a plus, especially due to the injury he's had. But like he said, down the stretch, I still got to be better. Like, I got to be better getting the 50-50 basketballs. I got to be better at my effort plays. I think as he gets more comfortable with the injury and learning what he can and cannot do, I think that will allow him to be able to pick and choose what he can do effort-wise.
Yeah, and we saw a couple times where he grabbed for that knee, and he's like, all right, let me slow my roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart choices for sure. All right, let's get you out to the podium where Coach Mitch Johnson has sat down at the mic.
Mitch, Victor had obviously a great game defensively, but what did they do to tie him up offensively, and did he take too many outside shots, too many threes?
They did what they do. They're physical. They guard the basketball really well, especially direct actions where it's, you know, kind of mano-a-mano situations. They got guys that are capable of doing it, and they take a lot of pride in it. So they did a good job there. And I think in the first half, I thought we were a little indecisive. Felt like there were times we got a little in between, whether that was to shoot or not, to drive or not, to pass or not, just in general. We were indecisive, and that hurt us in the first half. We picked up the pace a little bit there in the second half, and we missed some good shots. But, yeah, I think the process was probably better than some of the box score looked at some of that. I thought when he screened and rolled, we got some good looks and have to continue to do that more.
Coach, can you talk through the last minute and how Julian Champagnie fought for those offensive boards and what made you trust him to take that last second shot?
Yeah, he just did a good job, obviously, with the sense of urgency. We were down, excuse me, and so we were trying to play quick because it was a math problem at some point in terms of possessions and time left and what the score was. And he had some great multiple efforts there to keep us in the game. We got some good looks, missed them. And, you know, offense rebounds has been an emphasis for us all year, but especially in those situations, you got to crash. And then on the last play, we got a rebound, and it felt like they weren't organized, and there was enough time for us to push the ball and get a look, and we didn't push it right away. So it got to be that death knock time where you got to call a timeout or not. I thought Dylan did a good job pushing the ball, kicked it ahead of Julian. Julian had a fly-by, got a three-pointer in rhythm. I had no problem with the shot. That was a great shot. I hope he shoots it every time.
Mitch, you talk about the process being good. How about the process with De'Aaron Fox? Do you need to get him more from him? What do you see from him overall?
I thought he missed some shots. You know, the box score says he's 5 for 14, 6 turnovers. So I'm sure in terms of what we're used to from the box score, you'd want more from him. But I have no concern over De'Aaron Fox or Victor Wembanyama's box score. They'll be better. We'll be better for them. We missed some good shots tonight. There's some things that we can do execution-wise that will be a lot better, and sometimes the box score doesn't always show. If we run a play and this guy doesn't get the catch where he's supposed to or doesn't set the proper screen, then that can throw off the equilibrium or whatever you're supposed to have on that play and the way it's supposed to unfold. And so then, you know, someone else may take a tough shot or get a turnover, but there's a lot that goes into that. No different than when Victor rolls. A lot of times he doesn't he's not the recipient of the pass, but he opens up the whole world for everybody else. So it's the same thing on the other end of the spectrum.
Coach, Chris, just how did you see your guys grind this one out?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I mean, defense was at all-time high on both ends. I don't know what the biggest lead was in the game. 9, yeah, we were up 9. They were up 7. But it felt a lot tighter than that, even when we were up. So really good job by our guys, just figuring out a way to make enough shots and sticking with the defense, and so.
Just what did Anthony give you at the start of that fourth quarter?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, it was by that time found a little bit of a rhythm. I thought Julius was really good, just subtly good with everything he was doing off ball and obviously when he had the ball in his hands, but. Ant was awesome. He was really good. I mean, forgot how good he was actually. So,
Chris, TJ in that third quarter there gave you a big lift. What was maybe the I don't know if there were any adjustments with him in the second half, or what kind of lift did he give you?
I think he just found his second wind more than anything. I think he just kind of got downhill, does what he does best. We used him at the top of the floor, and they were pressuring him, and he got by him, and I think our guys went into the paint all night long, and we eventually were able to loosen him up a little bit by doing so.
In that final sequence, nobody called timeout. You didn't call a timeout.
Yeah, that's on me. That's actually my fault. I should have called timeout there. 34 seconds left, side out of bounds. I thought we could execute, but we didn't, and I should have called timeout to get us into a good play. I should have called timeout when I saw we were struggling to get it in, but fortunately we were lucky enough to hang on.
Jaden and Rudy kind of